So what do we know so far? I've showed you the model, and next question that I'm frequently getting asked is, where do I begin? I've heard many times people being suggested and advised to start with a business plan. And I'm a great believer that this is a big mistake. Because if we think back for a minute, who invented a business plan and what for? Invented maybe is a big word, but what's the purpose of the business plan? Predominantly it was to secure the finance for the tech companies back in 1980s, and basically a plan for the venture capital firms that helps them to understand better of what the idea is all about and where the money going to go and how they're going to be used. And many people are starting with the business plan, and that's where they're going wrong. Because if you're not applying for the investments, if you're not going for the banks and so on and so forth, what's good is the business plan. Because remember, once you're going to produce it, it's probably going to be already outdated. People are spending 2-3 months putting something together, and then what's the use from that? So I'm today going to suggest to you something that's not many people talking about, and it comes nicely together in the 6 boxes model. So if you look on the model, what is the first box? First comes marketing. Instead of focusing on the business plan, you need to create a 2-year marketing plan. 2-year marketing plan. Why? Because before people find out about what you're doing and before they got desire to buy what you do or sign up to the service that you're doing, you don't have a business. So in order to figure it out, so let's say you've got everything. You've got the product, you've got a team. Nobody knows about you. Nobody's buying from you. So you will come to the marketing plan because you need to figure out how you're going to bring your product and service to the market. So why don't you start with that first? So if you think about 2 years, it's a good chunk of time. You can't really do 1 year because there is no comparison between the first year and second year, so at least 2 years. But in order to produce a marketing plan, you will have actually to figure out everything else. You will have to figure out your product, your packaging, your go-to-market strategy, your pricing, the fulfillment, USP, all of it. Because you will never be able to produce a tangible marketing plan unless you've answered all the questions on how you're going to get the product and how you're going to deliver it at what price, and if all of that makes a financial sense. So instead of working on a business plan, forget about that. Start with the marketing plan. And it is difficult. It's much easier to produce the business plan because there's like 6 sections. You put a little bit here, a little bit there. You don't really need much of a detail sometimes, and it's ready to go. And then you're there. What do you do next? With the marketing plan, you got 365 days in a year. So you will really need to think about what you're doing on Monday, what you're publishing on Instagram or Facebook on Tuesday. Are you going to any exhibitions, let's say in London, or any exhibitions in Europe? How much it's going to cost? How you're going to get the things there? What you're going to present? And if people will be willing to buy, are you ready to ship it? How long is it going to take you to ship it? So all of these questions you will need an answer to. And this is why 2-year marketing plan is so powerful. So if you figure the week, you're going to think about how many leads this is going to create you, what's the conversion rate, how much the acquisition cost, how much money you actually need to pump into the marketing before it's going to give you any tangible clients, repeat business, and how much you actually need based on that formula that you're going to create to begin with, how much more money you will actually need in order to break even. And if you do this for 2 years, the best thing about the marketing plan is whenever you're ready with your product, you got a roadmap that you can actually take and start using from the day one. There might be some things that's going to change, event change, date shifted or something, but you're going to have a 95% of a roadmap, of a tangible plan that you can actually put in action from the get-go. And this is the power of a 2-year marketing plan. Not many people talk about this, but now you know about this. So if you like this, subscribe for more. And if you think that there is anyone else who would benefit from this idea, please feel free to share. And I'll see you in the next one.